No, I think they played well together. Again, their experience is such a valuable tool for both those guys. And again, I thought they played well, for the 20 minutes that they played. So the teaching was more for our young guys. They were able to see how we played in the second half and how that first group played in the third quarter. So we got a lot of use out of the film session today, and then just came out and ran through some things offensively.
Byron, first pop quiz of the 8. Could you give an overall grade of effort?
Effort was an A. I mean, the effort was there. I think overall, as far as the game is concerned, some of the things that we did defensively, some of the mistakes that we made, and some of the things we did offensively, it's probably C minus, C plus. No, not C minus, C plus, B minus, somewhere in that area. So I mean, we have a lot of little things we got to clean up on. We're able to show the guys those things today, which was good to have a game to be able to go to and watch. And again, now we'll just try to get better in those areas.
In terms of defense, James and I noticed maybe the weak side defenders needed to clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you address in the film session?
Just that. Weak side guys have to be ready to be helpers. Sometimes they're a little bit too far away from the help position. We always focus in on that nail and the elbows in the boxes. Those are the 3 areas that we want to make sure we have guys at all times. So we gave us some middle penetration because we got beat off pick and rolls, but the help guy wasn't there. And that's one of the things that we addressed today. And a lot of times it was our young guys. I think one time it was Steve, and him and I talked about it right during the game, and it never happened again. But you can expect that from the veterans. The young guys, you got to come out here and you got to just, repetition of doing it day in, day out to make sure they understand it.
Defense is your staple. They made 29 free throws, but the staggering number was they attempted 44. How do you clean up the defending without fouling?
Well, I mean, it's something that we address. But the one thing that I want our guys to do is just play a physical brand of basketball. And I think for the first 3 or 4 preseason games, we're probably going to average, teams are going to average shooting 30-some, free throws against us because that's how I want us to play. And I think once we get that established, the referees around the league and know that we're going to play a physical brand of basketball, then some of those things will go away. But we had some silly fouls as well. Some just ticky-tack fouls that we shouldn't have got. But the aggressiveness is the one thing that I want us to keep our mind on, and I think when we do that, then we're going to be okay.
Big picture, offensively, what'd you like?
Well, I liked our ball movement. I liked the way we set some screens, but then there was times where we didn't move the ball well and we got it stuck, and there's times we didn't set good screens. We didn't have good setups. So those are the things that we talked about this morning as well. Our spacing, our setups, our screen settings, and if we do those things, getting into our action a little bit quicker. When we did that, we had very good success last night. So it's just a matter of doing it on a consistent basis.
To keep Kobe and Nash within similar minutes they had last night throughout the preseason, or do you want to ramp it up and build the regular season minutes?
Well, it's going to be this way that they played last night for a few games. We won't ramp it up until probably we got 8 preseason games, probably 6, 7, and 8. Then we'll ramp it up a little bit.
But you expect them both to play all of them at this point?
As of right now, yeah.
B, can you update us on Wesley Johnson?
Wesley's fine. There's a little tendonitis. He's getting treatment today. But I mean, if he has to play Thursday, he could play. But again, we'll see how he feels tomorrow. Didn't have any swelling, anything like that. He says it's a lot less sore than it was last night. So I expect him to come here tomorrow and practice and then play Thursday.
Xavier was out on the floor when we walked in. An update on his progress?
He's coming. It's just slow. So this is his first action of just going through some 5-on-0 stuff and trying to get a feel for the offense and get familiar with it. But nothing crazy, And again, tomorrow will be another day. We'll see how he feels tomorrow because tomorrow we're going pretty much live. We're going to do a lot of contact and a lot of up and down stuff.
I thought a staggering stat on the sheet was you took 10 threes, connected on 50% of them. Where's that lay in the game plan?
Well, I mean, our game plan is really try to get to that basket. If we can get to the basket or get into the paint and then drive and kick, we're going to get some open shots. I like the fact that we only shot 10 threes. If we shoot between 10 and 15, I think that's a good mixture of getting to that basket and shooting some of those threes. But I don't want it to be a staple. I don't want us to be coming down, forcing up a bunch of threes. I really want to look for us to really try to attack the basket.
Byron, it seems like a common theme from all your players today is that practice is a lot tougher than the game last night. Is that the response that you're hoping for?
That's where it should be. That's the way we were taught in the 80s. That's what I told Chris Paul back in the day when I had him. I said, this is the reason we practice so hard, so the games are easy. And obviously our guys have got that already. So I hope they do understand by saying that means we're going to keep practicing hard too, so the games are easy.